it's quite a complex issue. Because we were talking about corporate influence, I mentioned NFC, which is one of the corporate in Uganda. We can name many of those. I just present you one case studies. We have many of those case studies, but I don't think we have time to present those. So the way that they operate at the national level, it's also very complex. Sometimes they sign a deal with the central government, with the central state itself, but you will not see that contract. That's why the naming part is quite difficult. You cannot see it. Not only you cannot see it, but the level of sensitivity is so high. I mean, you sometimes risking your life by going to a country and say, yeah, why have you grabbed this one? Because you are talking about actually the most powerful people in the country. You're not talking about the small ones. The most powerful people in the country speaking with the most powerful corporate in the world. This is what we are facing. So that's why the naming part is quite complex. But we're not getting away from it. We will keep on going for it because we have a campaign for it. We are going to campaign for the next year on ways to stop the land grabbing. The other point is that we have local elites also who are part of this deal, this complex deal. The local elites are also behind them. When you see them, there is always a big company. You know, you come to a village of 200 people. They want to acquire 20,000 hectares of land. You have one single chief of the village, or one of those local powers, who can, by the way, bribe is behind that. They receive money, commissions, if you want, to use a good word.
Yeah.
And they receive money to give away the land of the communities and the people. And guess what? And why it is dangerous is that it's very silent. It's very dangerous, but because nobody is saying actually anything about it. Number two, when you sign those contracts, you don't sign in those contracts for 1 or 2 years. It's always between 55 and 99 years. How many generations will be then impacted by those acquisitions? Yeah, nothing. And that's why we think that we all need to be engaged into this campaign of saying, stop taking land from the people. Stop the land grabbing. This is something that we have already launched. We will be launching for it. We'll be happy to see you also, NWACP, be part of this campaign. On the Pan-Africa Parliament, why, by the way, we have chosen to work with them? Because of the sensitivity of this matter. People at the national level, when you speak to them, they say, yes, it is a reality. But, it's done by the state, by the presidency, by this thing, and they don't want to speak. So our strategic option was to go at the Pan-African level and start making them regulate, because they have the power to regulate. I want you to look at the land framework and guideline for Africa, produced by the African Union. I want you to look at the Comprehensive Africa Agricultural Development Program. It's a good program, produced by Africans for Africa. It's a good one. And those frameworks, by the way, deal with the issue of land acquisition. If you deal with those land acquisition at the regional level, at the continental level, you can have more power to address some of the corporation that also coming with a large amount of power. So we have also to deal with them. The Pan-Africa Parliament is made by parliament, national parliament from the different African countries. So they can trigger down that at the national level. So that's the power that they have. And the one that I met, by the way, they're here. We met them here yesterday to talk with them. and they are ready to engage into that. Because some of them, by the way, are even victims of those land grabbing. So they are ready to engage. We need to support them to make sure that they can do something about it. Sorry for being too long.
No, it's not too long.